Hi, this is Trey Pastor, and welcome to my film series reviews, Volume 3. And I was reviewing the Coen brothers, 4 films in this series, and the next movie that I promised to review is Fargo, okay? Starring Frances McDormand, of course, written and directed by the Coen brothers. And this movie came out in 1996, okay? It was nominated for a bunch of Academy Awards, and Frances McDormand won for Best Supporting Actress. And basically, this is a story of well, let me tell you who else is in it. Wayne Macy is stars in this, and he's basically his character's name is Jerry Lundegaard. Uh, he runs a car dealership for his father in Minnesota, and basically in the beginning of the movie, you see him taking a car to Fargo, and he basically meets with 2 criminals, one played by Steve Buscemi, who plays Carl Showalter, and Peter and Starmar, who plays Gear Grumsrud. Okay, and basically he tells them that, listen, I need you to, here's the car, and I got in touch with you because an ex-con that works for him in the dealership is giving me your name and a friend of a friend, and he basically wants them to kidnap his wife uh, for $80,000 because his father-in-law, played by Herb Bushnell, who plays Wade Gunderstern, is very wealthy, and Jerry's in a bit of trouble. They don't really specifically state what he is, but he's in some kind of financial trouble, and he figures with the kidnapping, he can get out of that, and he'll give the kidnappers the other half of the money. Okay, and he basically tells them that they kidnap his wife, and then you'll call and say it's a ransom, and we'll have to and only I can handle it, and then I'll go to the drop off, give you the 40,000, I keep the other 40,000, and my wife comes back and everything's all clear. And also at the same time, he's also trying to do this private deal with his father-in-law and his partner. Okay, and Jerry, played by William Macy, is a nervous kind of guy, and like I said, he's committed some kind of fraud, but you don't know what it. They never specifically state what kind of fraud it is. But anyway, once he hires these 2 guys, and like Steve Buscemi's character, Carl Showalter, he's like a big mouth and always talking. And Peter Stormare, who plays Gear Grumsrud, is kind of silent, but he's a silent but deadly kind of guy. Okay, and from the minute they kidnap Jerry's wife, things go all to hell. Things don't work out right. There's murders, there's screw ups, and everything else. And Fargo is it's a really good drama. Really good. It's kind of a dark comedy as well, and like I said, it's violent in spots. And like I said, Steve Buscemi is a character in this, and Peter Stormare is really freaking scary. He has blonde hair and he doesn't talk as much. Okay, and he's a scary kind of guy. And William Macy's character, Jerry Lundegaard, he's a nervous kind of guy who you can tell he's intimidated by his father-in-law, played by Herb Bushnell. He's a rough, firm guy who doesn't basically just barely tolerates his son-in-law. Okay, and then into this, like I said, after this kidnapping and things don't go quite as planned, and there's a few murders later. I don't want to explain exactly how those murders occur, but after those incidents occur, then that brings into our story Frances McDormand's character, okay, who plays Marge, okay, and she's a pregnant police chief, and she comes into the story after the murder of a state trooper and the murder of 2 other people, okay, and she comes into the story, and like I said, she's pregnant, but she comes into the movie about a half hour into the movie, okay, but she's a character, and like I said, she's from Minnesota, so she has that accent. She plays Margot Gunderson, and she's married to Norm Gunderson, played by John Carroll Lynch. And she goes about her methodical way of, she's pregnant. She's about 7 months pregnant. She goes about her methodical way of looking at evidence and seeing what's there and what's not there. And like I said, she's a character on herself. She's kind of a plain-spoken woman, but they have that accent, which also is pretty pretty freaking hilarious. But it's a Midwestern accent. But she's very methodical and very good at her job. Okay, and like I said, when she starts investigating, and like I said, the kidnapping doesn't go as planned, and then Jerry, who's played by Wayne Macy, it sort of spins out of his control because his father-in-law basically takes over the case, over the kidnapping, and basically he decides that he's going to be the one to handle it, and things don't go as he planned. And this movie is really, really good. I would give this movie an 8 out of 10. Like the whole Midwestern accent. It's in the middle of winter. Okay, you have the snow, you have the Fargo location, and you have the Minnesota location, and the whole scenery is another character in the movie. And like I said, it has dark humor in it, and it's violent, but it's also really good and really good police kind of story too. And like I said, things don't go according to plan. And Steve Buscemi, again, he's a character in this movie. He's like always talking like a mile a minute. And of course, that contrasts with his partner Peter Stormare, who plays Gear Garnishon, who doesn't talk that much, but he's a deadly killer, and you even see evidence of this in the movie. Okay, and this movie, like I said, is really, really good. And like I said, Frances McDormand won Best Supporting Actress for her part in this, and I think William Macy was nominated as well, but he didn't win. But Frances McDormand is really, really good in her plain-spoken way and a methodical way of going about, solving the case, investigating the clues and stuff. And it's really, really good. Definitely, totally worth watching and owning. Okay, it's been a while since I've seen Fargo, but it's just as good as I remember it. Okay, so I would give Fargo, again, like I said, an 8 out of 10. That's absolutely fantastic, and it has that Coen brother kind of style with that quirky, dark humor to it. And this movie's violent as well. Okay, so be prepared for that, but it's really good and well acted by William Macy, okay, Steve Buscemi, Peter Stormare, and especially Frances McDormand as Marge. Okay, so that's the end of this 4-film series. Okay, I already reviewed Blood Simple, Raising Arizona, Miller's Crossing, and now Fargo, which is the last film in the series. So I had a good time reviewing these Coen Brothers films. Okay, so that's it for this, and I'll be next week starting my film series reviews, Volume 5. Okay, and I don't know what right now. I'll decide during the week what film series, but tune in next Sunday as usual and see what film series I'll be reviewing next week. Okay, and I'll be uploading also after this my film series review of Volume 4 for Alien 3, which I reviewed. Okay, which should come up after this video. After I upload this video, I'll upload my review of Alien 4. And if you want to see my review of the previous movies I had in this set, or my reviews of, I think Planet of the Apes in film series Volume 1, and then Volume 2 of my film series review, I did the Ultimate Gangsters collection. If you want to see those reviews, just have a playlist, so you can check out that playlist somewhere right here and check in the playlist and check out all my reviews for my film series. Like I said, this is Volume 3, which is just ending, and the film series Volume 4 is the third movie in that set, which is Alien 3. I'm going to upload right after this video, and then next week for film series review Volume 5, I'll be picking a new film set series in my collection, and I'll be reviewing that. Anyway, let me know what you think of Fargo, and feel free to leave comments down below. And this is Trey Pastor saying so long and take care.